want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What?
Gotcha.
Oh man, that's so bright. Hey guys, welcome to some more Stanley Parable. So the last time we played, we got that explosion, bomb, the whole building dies ending, and we got the little museum ending. So let's see what other weird adventures we can get ourselves into this time. I believe if we listen to what he says, the next thing that we can do wrong is go down the stairs.
Came to a set
when he
of
talks about going to the office.
He entered. They
And like I
decided
said,
to
I'll
go
show
up
you
to
guys
his
what this
boss's
is later.
office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley
this
walked
is-
upstairs to his boss's office.
This is when we change the course of the game. Oh boy, it's red. Okay, there's nothing back here, I guess.
But Stanley
There's
just
a random
couldn't do it.
car.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yeah, perhaps.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single
Are
moment
these rooms
for
just
no
looping?
reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind
Holy.
him wherever he went? And for that matter,
I knew that.
these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply
Yeah, I
repeating?
noticed that.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is
I
all
don't see my
too
feet.
strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I'm dreaming.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief.
Yeah, it's
Stanley
all
felt
just a
to have finally
dream.
found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to
Yeah,
himself,
I close the doors
suppose
now.
I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I
Yeah,
may
just
as
push
well
buttons.
enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above
What
the
the?
ground.
We're flying.
Then he
We are
imagined
flying right
himself
now.
soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too
Oh.
appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then
have no
perhaps the
idea.
strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Let's hear it.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
This game's
I'm
tripping.
dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
Of course
How
it's
could
not.
it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have
This
to
game's
take
crazy.
responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak
Why am I
these
still
words
walking
was a
around?
shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too.
It is.
Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna
this
prove it's
was a
all. I'm
dream.
all in control. You know,
So he
100%.
closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to
Oh,
wake up.
okay.
He
Going to
felt
sleep.
the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Sounds cozy.
I'm
This is
through
how I
with
put
this
myself to
dream.
sleep every
I
night.
wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
So what, am I gonna like wake up in my bed or something? Oh no, we're still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please!
Oh, we began. Oh, jeez.
Wake me up! My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell
Oh
me
jeez, the
I'm
screen's
real.
going red.
I must
It's like
be
those
real.
triggered
I must
memes.
be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
We died?
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she
Oh yeah,
knew.
we're totally crazy.
Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Oh my gosh.
And then she turned and ran.
Okay, that's what awaits us in the basement, I guess. Okay, so
All
let's
of
see
his
what else we can do. As far as I know, we've done everything we can on the left side, so now we're gonna start
Stanley came
disobeying
to a
him
set of
early.
2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
So we're going on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Employee lounge. Oh,
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few
It
moments
totally
here in this
was.
immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I just want cold drinks. $1.25.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I was not looking at these chairs and paintings. I was looking at cold drinks.
At this
$1.25.
point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy
No,
and
it's
reflected
not.
poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Is there a way to get a drink?
It appears not.
This man is getting quite peeved, so I want to see how mad he can
Stanley sat
actually get.
around waiting for more dialogue.
Yep.
But when a long time had passed and there was
How did he
no
know?
more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
What's the message? Is that you're gonna give me cold drinks? $1.25? Okay, yeah, I guess there's not gonna be any more dialogue here.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
But no, that's where the real story goes. I want to go against the story.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Are you kidding me? I'm amazing at following directions. I follow my own directions. I'm good at that. Do we just die if we fall off here? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. But what if I die? Do I still have to pay that?
Look,
Oh,
Stanley,
are you just
I
gonna,
think
like,
perhaps
steal
we've
from my
gotten off
wallet?
on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has
There's
been
so many
about
boxes.
nothing but
Holy
you
smokes.
all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Oh shoot, there's another room over there.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Dang it, I
Now,
don't think I
I'm
can
not
make
asking
it.
for me, I'm asking for her.
Well, dang, I think there might be another ending down there. I don't know, we'll probably find it later.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's
her?
been waiting.
Who? What? This setup, oh my gosh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can
How is this
truly
little
place
light
your
bulb giving
faith
off
in
so
another,
much light?
Then pick up the phone.
You want me to pick up the phone? What?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
What the?
You back home?
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What?
Gotcha. Oh, come on.
Good joke, buddy.
Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
The stink. No, I want to go over
Sorry,
here.
but you're in my story now.
So what now? You're just gonna throw out brick walls in my way? Are you kidding me? What's the point? Alright, I'm here, Daddy.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named
Oh my
Stanley.
gosh. We're about to die.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
What's that supposed to mean? 9.
Look at him there, pushing
Whoa.
buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I'm so confused. 7?
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic
How did this table even get
adventures.
here?
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
This
It was
woman is
wonderful.
evil.
And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
5 to watch TV?
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
What the
First,
heck?
he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought
What?
excited him terribly.
The time is changing. Press 2 to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought
Can't get
that
out of
his
here.
decisions would
I'm
mean
trapped.
something was almost too wonderful to behold.
X to prepare dinner?
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began
Everything
to
is
fill it with many
changing right
possible
now.
paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Hey, this game is crazy though. 0.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
I just want to go to
There's an
bed.
answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press Q to tell your wife you love her.
But there is
I
no
love. Oh my
answer.
gosh, she's
How
gone.
could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press Q to go to sleep. Okay, I
And I'm
want to go to
trying to
sleep
tell
now.
him this. that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
Oh my
He won't
gosh.
listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
So I'm not supposed to push a button now? It's not doing anything. I'm just gonna be stuck here. I have to push it.
You see?
Oh jeez.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Can we just open the door? Press M to question nothing. Okay, I will not question
I
anything.
can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
What?
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
No.
And
No. Well, are you kidding me? Okay, this game's something else. It's only gonna get weirder. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you give it a like if you enjoyed it. Make sure you shared this video with your friends, and make sure you hit the subscribe button down there. Make sure you hit the other subscribe button that's right here in the video. Make sure you hit a video right here. It's a video YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. Thanks guys again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.